Now on CoastTV News.
Breezy and milder this morning ahead of a cold front that will cause falling temperatures through Wednesday, with some wintry precipitation possible later Wednesday, then turning to a cold rain. Details coming up.
Win for tariffs, the agreements from Mexico and Canada just as the tariffs on those nations were about to go into effect, and how local concern has been alleviated.
Flight 5342 recovery, the latest in the investigation from last week's mid-air collision, as key pieces in the search have been found.
Flood defense in Dewey Beach. We look at the latest effort to protect properties in the town from water damage.
This is CoastTV News Today.
It is Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, I'm Elise Weber. Thank you for joining us for our 5 o'clock hour.
And on the way in this morning, I had that early spring vibe. It was mild. It kind of had that smell of spring. I can't describe it, but it's like, yeah.
I get it. I walked into my car, turned it on, 52 degrees.
52,
that's what it said.
you say?
That is what it said, and I was very happy. And you know what? I think that's going to set the tone for a good Tuesday.
I hope so.
I think so.
All right, I like what you're selling there, Elisa.
We're now going to bring in Bob. Bob, when you got into your car this morning, what was it saying in Millsboro?
I believe it was saying lower 50s. I'm trying to remember now, but it is that time of year, and good morning, Elisa and Matt, that we get those little teases of spring. We had the warmth yesterday up near 60 degrees, and now, wow, look at this. Yeah, we're in the 40s and 50s, 53 in Georgetown, 53 in Milton, so just a light jacket out the door. It is a little breezy, 53 in Ocean City. Salisbury is the chilly spot at 47 as we have a southwesterly breeze right now, and it's starting to pick up, gusting at times up to 15 to almost 20 miles per hour. And this southwesterly wind is ahead of a cold front. And along and ahead of that cold front, we do have some clouds, nothing in the way of precipitation. There's a front now making its way towards Delmarva. That'll swing through this morning and keep our temperatures pretty much steady throughout the day. So this morning we're in the 40s and 50s. We have the cloud cover, and then we'll see those winds shifting to the north and west, and temperatures falling back to the 40s this morning, and then probably bouncing back into the low 50s this afternoon before they fall again into the evening hours, and it gets cold as we go later this evening, as we see the winds getting pretty gusty out of the northwest, maybe up to 30 miles per hour, and temperatures pretty much staying in the 50s. It does get colder, and we could be looking at some wintry precipitation as we go into Wednesday. We'll talk about that coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob. And happening today and new this morning, discussion and possible vote on flood protection for homeowners in Dewey Beach. According to the town, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for an ordinance to allow homeowners to increase freeboard height by 1 additional foot for properties in flood zones. This comes after the town council approved an ordinance in October that required freeboards to be 2 feet tall. Now, a freeboard is a structure that goes underneath the home to lift it off the ground, and the town says this additional foot of height would be a voluntary measure for homeowners.
It may be early February, but for some on Delmarva, fishing on the Atlantic Ocean is a priority. That's because registration for the White Marlin Open is now available. This year's tournament is set to take place from August 4th through August 8th.
It is that tournament where Steve Johnson was a regular participant for the past couple of years. Johnson was one of the victims aboard the American Airlines jet that collided with a military helicopter last week. In 2024, he and his crew won prize money for their catch at the White Marlin Open.
Heavy machinery crews are advancing slowly and carefully as they bring up pieces of American Airlines Flight 5342 from the waters near Reagan National Airport. The crash killed all 67 people on board both aircrafts, that and the helicopter that was involved. The work also giving divers a chance to bring the final victims home. Recovered flight data and voice recorders from both aircrafts are being analyzed by the National Transportation Safety Board. We do have an update on a story that we've been covering. It's about Milton's attempt to charge people to park in the town. Now, currently, like that square on the Monopoly board, parking is free. After some proposals involving fees and businesses at events were rejected by town officials, new recommendations are under review. The number of parking spaces available, that's an issue. And one man we spoke with who lives in Milton told us paid parking will ruin the town's special field.
You have some nice businesses. Keep bringing them in. Give them a reason to come to our town and take advantage of how nice it is.
And Milton town officials we spoke to say they want to do everything to keep that historic feel in the town while also continuing to bring people into the community.
A day without immigrants. That's what the call to action was across Delmarva. The goal for those participating in this show, support for communities responding to the Trump administration's efforts to get illegal immigration under control. Hispanic people were encouraged to refrain from working, shopping, or attending school. And you could see that impact: an empty parking lot, kitchen, and dining room. That was the scene at Los Mayas Mexican restaurant in Millsboro after closing its doors and taking part in the movement. One restaurant host told CoastTV this was the right thing to do.
Here at Los Mayas, we decided to close our doors today to come together with our brothers and sisters in these difficult times and show our solidarity and unite together.
Some Hispanic business owners told CoastTV that they are considering closing their doors again in the future as a way to show support for immigrants and raise awareness of the role they have in the community.
And we're now taking a look at the White House. This is a live look here in Washington, D.C. It was less than 24 hours ago that President Trump got Mexico and Canada to commit to border security after threats of imposing tariffs. However, the new import tax on China's goods, that's still scheduled to go into effect. And this morning, we'll see how the stock market reacts to this flurry of action.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us the Trump administration locked the USAID headquarters in Washington in a move to shutter the agency that has been accused of wasteful spending of taxpayer money.
You're seeing that what's happened just in
minutes after President Trump's 10% tariff on all Chinese imports took effect overnight, the Chinese government retaliating, announcing a new 15% tariff on U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas and a 10% tariff on U.S. products from crude oil to pickup trucks. While on another front, President Trump announced a 30-day delay in 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada after both agreed to beef up border security, Mexico sending troops.
10,000 soldiers at their side of the border and stop fentanyl and illegal aliens from coming into our country.
Canada promising a new fentanyl czar while moving ahead with a previously announced $1.3 billion to reinforce its border, sending 10,000 frontline personnel. That amid a brewing standoff over the power of President Trump's cost-slashing ally Elon Musk. The White House designating the world's richest man a special government employee with top-secret security clearance, giving him access to sensitive government systems like Treasury Department payments.
Well, he's got access only to letting people go that he thinks are no good if we agree with him.
Musk looking to let a lot of people go at the U.S. Agency for International Development, which delivers critical food, medicine, and humanitarian support to 60 countries. Proponents say shoring up national security. Musk argues there's too much waste in the agency's $42 billion budget, pressing to shut it down.
Elon Musk did not create USAID. He doesn't have the power to destroy it.
Democratic lawmakers fighting to save an organization that is authorized and funded by Congress. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Now, President Trump justified his position on tariffs, citing a national emergency regarding the flow of fentanyl and illegal immigrants into the U.S. There is concern about how tariffs will affect prices, and one man we spoke with says he's already altered his routine and hopes there will be a positive change.
You know, going to higher quality grocery stores, I don't go to those as much as I used to. You know, like getting the better produce and everything, just because the prices are so high. So I feel like the quality of the food I'm making at home and providing at home is not as good.
This is now going to bring us to our CoastTV poll. We want to know, how would these new tariffs affect you?
And 69%, an overwhelming number of you say it'll affect price increases. 30% are expecting no impact, and you got a couple votes there for business struggles. If you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app.
We're just getting started in this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Coming up, bird sickness spreads. We'll tell you about the efforts to curb bird flu in Worcester County after more infected flocks have been discovered.
And also looking to curb litter, we'll tell you about a new survey in Wicomico County that aims to clean the streets.
But first, egg cost consequences. Which restaurant chain is now charging more for the breakfast staple? All that and more as CoastTV News Today continues.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, a local pup is hitting the big leagues in this year's Puppy Bowl. Meet the furry star making waves. Plus, the great debate. Is it better to text or call your friends? Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
At Delaware Electric Cooperative, keeping the lights on is a team effort, and our team broke a reliability record in 2024. Members experienced a nearly 20% drop in outages, and our crews have never restored power faster. Our success is a result of dedicated engineers, careful planning, tree trimming, and the use of advanced technology that can self-heal power lines and equipment. And not only has co-op power never been more reliable, it's also the most affordable in the state of Delaware.
Capture your favorite moments at the CoastTV photo booth. Strike a pose and snap a pic, all for free. View previous pictures and see the next event at coasttv.com under the Features tab. The CoastTV photo booth, sponsored by Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Just about 5:12 on this Tuesday morning. 53 in Dover on the Bay Health Cam. Nice and mild out there this morning. We've got lower 50s from Delmarva up to Milton right now. 55 in Rehoboth, 55 in Bethany Beach. Salisbury, the cooler spot at 47. We've got a southwesterly breeze, a little stronger at the coast, and at times gusting close to 20 miles per hour. Later today, we'll see a cold front swinging through, and we'll see even gustier winds at that time. There are some clouds ahead of this cold front now making their way through Delmarva, but nothing in the way of precipitation. There's the front, and that will swing through as we go through the day, followed by breezy and cooler conditions. Bus stop forecast for the kiddos, not bad out the door off to school. 53, breezy and cool, and then heading home, pretty much similar conditions and temperatures, 54 and breezy and chilly conditions.
Bob, here's a quick traffic alert to keep in mind this week. Happening now, Cross Keys Road between Phillips Hill Road and Country Living Road in Millsboro is closed for drivers until Friday.
New this morning, DENREC is announcing record-breaking numbers. The agency says the 2025 lottery for turkey hunting permits had the largest applicant pool since the first lottery all the way back in 1991. According to DENREC, of the 834 applicants, there were 544 permits awarded. The 2025 Delaware turkey hunting season takes place from April 12th to May 10th.
Waffle House is adding an egg surcharge amid higher prices. It will now cost 50 cents more per egg at the restaurant chain. Waffle House says that surcharge is only in place until egg prices come down. Egg prices have soared amid a shortage following the bird flu outbreak.
United Healthcare has agreed to pay $2.5 million in a settlement. This comes after a class action lawsuit claimed the insurance company violated federal law by making unauthorized telemarketing calls. Settlement affects more than 12,000 people. A court is expected to grant the final approval for the settlement on June 20th.
Still ahead, looking to curb litter. We'll tell you what solutions could come from a survey on cleaning up Wicomico County.
A breezy and milder start on our Tuesday. Spicer Brothers Camp 47 in Salisbury. The rest of us in the 50s. And that's where we're going to stay today. Even falling temperatures later today into Wednesday. Then a wintry mix possible Wednesday evening, turning to rain with more unsettled weather for the weekend. I'll have that active forecast. The details coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Hi, I'm Chris Adams, owner of Mattress Peddlers, your local family-owned mattress retailer. Gel memory foam is amazing. It retains its shape, keeps you cool, contours to your body, and stops motion transfer. There's a huge variety of memory foam out there, including this, so be sure to try before you buy. Bed in a box may be convenient, but it won't give you the long-lasting comfort that you deserve.
Mattress Peddlers. For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Camp Rehoboth Chorus celebrates their 15th season, performing on Broadway on Valentine's Day weekend. Featuring the best of Broadway show tunes and musicals, this concert features hits from Mamma Mia, Hair, Jersey Boys, and Hello Dolly. Performances are February 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday matinee on February 16th at 3 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church in Rehoboth Beach. Tickets are $30 and $15 for students. Available at camprehoboth.org. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Draper Media, an equal opportunity employer, is dedicated to provide broad outreach regarding job vacancies at the station. We seek the help of local organizations in referring qualified applicants to our station. Organizations that wish to receive our vacancy information should email humanresources@wboc.com.
St. Denis Medical is TV's #1 comedy premiere. Welcome to the party.
Hello. She says you can't start until her cross is here.
Hands are wet.
So close. Hold on. Get there.
St. Denis Medical, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
The family is now fully in control.
We have to dismantle the family.
This is the riskiest move in reality television show history. I set a trap, and I caught a weasel.
Deal or No Deal Island, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Somebody's having a night tonight.
I love this wheel.
Tuesday at 7 on CoastTV.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Time is 5:16, and we're getting a live look at the lights along the canal in Ocean City. So nice yesterday, Bob, and this morning, too. Do we have that early spring cooking here?
We had that feel yesterday, didn't it, Matt? You were saying kind of smelled like spring a little bit, but it's that tease, and it's that slap in the face from old man winter again, that kind of give and take time of year. So what to expect? Well, we're looking at falling temperatures. We have 50s right now. That'll be the case today. And then by Wednesday, we're only in the 30s. And that'll set us up for the next little system we're watching tomorrow evening as it turns colder. A possible wintry mix, maybe some sleet and freezing rain, changing to rain tomorrow night into early Thursday. We'll watch for that. And then roller coaster temperatures. It's mild now, then it turns cold for the midweek, and then it's back to mild by the end of the week. And it's mild right now out the door. Not too shabby. 52 in Delmarva, 53 in Ocean City, Indian River Inlet, 50 in Redmond right now, Georgetown at 53. We've got a southwesterly breeze keeping us milder right now. Those winds a little gustier at the coast, and at times gusting to 20 at Indian River Inlet, 12 in Millsboro, and those winds will be gusty all day long. We are seeing a few clouds out there, a little farther south, more in the way of stars. Just a few clouds as this cold front is headed our way, making its way through southeast PA. Nothing in the way of precipitation with it, but colder air will be building in behind it, and there will be another system developing across the plains that will blossom and give us that chance of a wintry mix as we head into tomorrow evening. Here is Futurecast this morning. We're in the 40s and 50s. I think the clouds will clear out as we go through the morning, and by afternoon you can see we're in the low 50s. It's breezy and the colder air starting to filter in. Temperatures falling through the 40s into the 30s, and then through the overnight, even colder air starts to settle in. By Wednesday morning, we're in the 20s and 30s. We'll be increasing the clouds tomorrow. Then I think late afternoon and evening, you start seeing this peach color. I think this is sleet and freezing rain. Look at temperatures right around that critical 32-degree mark. So we could have some dicey, slippery roads for a few hours tomorrow evening. Then we'll see that just turn to plain rain through the overnight into Thursday morning as we get into the mid-30s, but it's going to be a raw, cold, and rainy Thursday. Maybe some heavier rain in the morning hours. Then it should start to exit into the afternoon. As we're seeing the gusty winds now up to about 30 miles per hour into the afternoon hours, and with that northerly wind pretty much all night into Wednesday, that'll be pulling in that colder air. We'll see that moisture moving in as well. We get a break on Friday. Then we could see another scenario on Saturday where it's a wintry mix and then changing to rain on Saturday, and then, well, still unsettled, kind of rainy into Sunday. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 55 today, and then 38 cloudy Wednesday. Watching for that wintry mix in the evening, turning to a cold rain, raw, rainy on Thursday, 52. We get a break Friday, and then it could be a little icy again on Saturday before that changes to rain 43, then back to 55 on Sunday. Congratulations to Harry Taylor from Seaford. He is the proud owner of a new umbrella sponsored by Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. Happening in Wicomico County, it's an effort to deal with littering with a partnership between an anti-litter group and Salisbury University. Students in the group Wicomico Clean say their goal is to get at least 500 people to complete a survey, and they hope that its answers can give them a better idea about the state of litter in the county and some possible solutions.
So far, we're getting an overwhelming response from the community in English speaking, which is wonderful, but we also want to hear from our diverse communities as well. English is second language communities. We know there are large populations there that we need to hear from as well.
Weaver says so far more than 100 people have completed the survey.
More to come on Coast TV News today. Bird flu is spreading in Worcester County. We'll tell you how one Maryland state agency is dealing with the discovery of a new infected flock. Don't go anywhere.
Dark, shadowy spaces can make your home feel small and outdated. Recessed lighting changes everything. It brightens your space, enhances your style, and even saves you money with energy-efficient options. At Expert Wire, we specialize in installing recessed lights that fit your needs, whether it's a cozy, dimmable ambiance or bright task lighting. With expert installation and commitment to quality, we'll make sure every corner of your home shines. Call Expert Wire today or visit expertwire247.com. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
DSN Plus is more energy. Extra live games and on-demand replays anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Taylor Swift's draw and the draw for concerts are so huge that it's not just about the ticket sales.
She's a business. From hotels to car rentals to restaurants.
Where is there not an effect?
The Swift Effect, Episode 3, The Swift Economy, this Saturday at noon on Coast TV. Sponsored locally on Coast TV by Pohanka Kia, delivering dreams to driveways.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
Hey, check this out. This was seen on NBC's Nightly News over the weekend. Rita Rickards celebrated 50 years working at BB Healthcare in Lewis. This local healthcare worker is getting some well-deserved national attention.
Bird flu has now been reported at a poultry farm in Worcester County. Maryland's Department of Agriculture says a presumptive positive case has been detected at a commercial broiler farm. MDA is still awaiting final confirmation from the National Veterinarian Services Lab. This marks the 9th commercial property across 5 Delmarva counties with a positive case of bird flu. Poultry experts are urging farmers on the peninsula to take extra precautions.
Since it's endemic in them now, if they're coming on your farm, one of the things we're encouraging people to do is, scare them off. Don't let them near your poultry farm. Keep them away if you can. You can run your dog after them. You can harass them. Just, be careful, not to kill anything.
The Maryland Department of Agriculture says the farm in Worcester County has been quarantined and the infected flock has been euthanized.
U.S. Food and Drug Administration has updated a recent vegetable recall to its most serious category. The FDA upgraded the recall for market-side brand washed and ready-to-eat broccoli florets to a Class 1. The agency says that means there is a higher risk of serious health consequences or even death if using or consuming the product.
A product meant to ease teething pain is being recalled by Gerber because it poses a possible choking hazard. The company announced the recall last week after customer complaints and said it would also discontinue the product you see right here on your screen. Gerber says there was a report of one emergency room visit linked to those sticks.
We are joined again by First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. So it sounds like, Elisa, we're not going to get that beach weather today.
I mean, if you like the breeze, you can go to the beach.
I get it.
But you're not going to
I was thinking like the shorts,
that's a
tank
little
top.
That's a little much, Matt. You can. That's true. You can.
You're right. Nothing would prevent me. I'm just talking about the comfort level there.
Right. Comfort level, that's a different story because we're in the 50s. I don't know if this is tank top weather, but still mild. Temperature's not really moving all that much in the lower 50s for Fenwick Island and Ocean City and cooling back into the 40s as colder air is building in. Our waves 2 to 4 feet, small craft advisory later today, Lewis and Rehoboth. The warmest time is early in the morning and then falling temperatures behind that cold front today. Looking at 50s in Cambridge today, 1 foot waves on the Bayside, and in Crisfield we're looking at temperatures in the 50s with falling temperatures. Unsettled weather and looks like Wednesday wintry precipitation on the way. More on that coming up in the next half hour.
After the break on Coast TV News today, pause on proposed tariffs. We'll show you how the 11th hour agreement is only temporary and what that means for Americans.
Also, Milton parking issue impacts the reaction about proposed fees that could bring in more money to the town.
And flood protection feature will tell you about the option presented to Dewey Beach homeowners to fight flood damage. Coast TV News today. We'll be right back.
Coverage on the road, along the coast, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep.
Stay tuned to get a free automatic toilet bowl cleaner from Mermaid. Your sink stopper's broken, and fixing a drain is a pain. Introducing Mermaid Drain Magic, the instant solution to most broken drains. Just remove and replace. In seconds, you can fill and drain with a simple press of a button. Drain Magic makes replacing your old, broken, rusty, even missing sink stoppers fast and easy. Drain Magic's anti-clogging basket helps prevent clogs in your sink, catching hair, food, even jewelry. Made with brass and chrome and a silicone gasket, it creates a watertight seal. Order your Mermaid Drain Magic today for only $19.99 and get a Mermaid toilet bowl cleaner absolutely free. Drop it in the tank for up to 3 months of cleaning. But wait, this could be your last chance to get Drain Magic at this low price with free toilet bowl cleaner. There's a strict limit of 3, so order now.
Call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com. So call 1-800-944-6857 or visit GetDrainMagic.com now.
Introducing Paisano, the authentic pizza oven by Granite Stone. Now make the world's most delicious pizza with real stone right in your own home. You simply set it and let it make golden, crispy, extra cheesy stone-baked pies in under 6 minutes. You can get your Paisano pizza oven for just 3 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free.
Call 1-800-608-5198 or order online at buypaisano.com.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
Now on Coast TV News.
Breezy and milder this morning ahead of this cold front headed our way today. We'll see falling temperatures through Wednesday with some wintry precipitation possible later Wednesday, then turning to rain. Forecast details coming up.
Tariff power play, just as they were about to hit Canada and Mexico, the deals those two countries worked out with President Trump to help secure the border.
Seeking a flooding fix, the policy Dewey Beach officials are attempting to pass in an effort to protect the town's homes.
Talk about paying to park. That's what happened in Milton last night, where the effort stands for a potential change to the town.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Tuesday, February 4th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
And the time is 5:29. We're one day closer to the Super Bowl for the Eagles.
I always wonder. So we've never experienced one of our teams going.
And probably never will.
Don't say that. But I wonder what the week leading up to the Super Bowl is like, and that day. I think I'd be a mess emotionally. I think I would just be.
Yeah, I think there's an excitement. Like just so this level set here. Elisa and I both root for the Cleveland Browns. That's why I make those little comments there.
Yes, we do.
Bob can join us on this train of misery. His team has had about that same amount of success recently.
No, yeah. Sorry, Bob.
Well, I think we do have a Super Bowl, though. You do? Yes. The Jets do have one. I was a little kid at the time, and will we see another one? Probably not, but good luck to the Eagles this weekend. We're looking at temperatures mild out the door this morning in the low 50s, so not a heavy jacket required. 52 in Ocean City, 54 Bethany Beach, 53 in Georgetown. Milton right now at 53. And we do have a southwesterly breeze that's starting to pick up out ahead of this cold front, gusting to close to 20 at the beaches, and we'll be watching those gusty winds all day. Here's the satellite picture. We've got some clouds and we've got some blue skies as well. Nothing in the way of precipitation with this front, but here comes the front starting to make its way into Delmarva, and nothing in the way of rain with the front, but it will get breezy, and I think we will clear out as we go through the morning. But you see temperatures drop into the 40s and then are back into the low 50s early afternoon, and then falling back into the 40s as we go into the evening as cold air is building in. Here's your drivecast. I gave it the green light this morning. Dry and breezy, good visibility, and breezy and dry. Heading home as well later this afternoon and this evening.
Thank you, Bob. Well, right now we are checking out the scene this morning in Dewey Beach. Right there is the Route 1 intersection with Bellevue Street. And today, town officials in Dewey are going to continue to find solutions for an ongoing problem. Happening today, a discussion and possible vote on flooding protection for homeowners right there in Dewey Beach. According to the town, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hold a public hearing for an ordinance to allow homeowners to increase freeboard height by 1 additional foot for properties in flood zones. This comes after the town council approved an ordinance in October that required freeboards to be 2 feet tall. The freeboard is a structure that goes underneath the home to lift it off the ground, and the town says this additional foot of height would be a voluntary measure for homeowners.
It may be February, but for some on Delmarva, fishing on the Atlantic Ocean is a priority. That's because registration for the White Marlin Open is now available. This year's tournament is set for August 4th through August 8th.
And it is that tournament where Steve Johnson was a regular presence for the past couple of years. Johnson was a victim in the American Airlines jet that collided with a military helicopter last week. And in 2024, he and his crew won prize money for their catch at the White Marlin Open.
Heavy machinery crews advancing slowly and carefully as they bring up pieces of American Airlines Flight 5342 from the waters near Reagan National Airport. The crash killed all 67 people on board both the airliner and the military helicopter it collided with. The work also giving divers a chance to bring the final victims home. Recovered flight data and voice recorders from both aircrafts are being analyzed by the National Transportation Safety Board.
One big topic in Milton recently, should the town make small businesses or entertainment spots like the theater charge more to account for parking in the downtown area?
CoastTV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us the impacts now that the town's finance committee recently finalized a recommendation to not have some of those fees exist.
Parking fees or parking for free. That's what the Milton Town Council has been debating.
There's enough parking that the people have to pay in Rehoboth. You want them to come here. It's nice to have the free parking.
Parking fees could impact local shops or the Milton Theater, which would have to charge customers extra for certain events to account for parking. Harry, who lives in Milton, thinks it might be a solution for a non-problem.
We have the bands in the summer on Wednesdays, and people are parking at the firehouse and walking down, or they're parking in different areas.
And Colleen Garvey tells CoastTV one of her favorite parts of Milton is the free parking, something you don't get to see in a lot of other coastal towns and cities.
They do need more parking, but there has to be a way other than doing that. It kind of discourages people then from actually coming into town.
More spaces, however, are available for drivers in some spots of Milton. Let me show you one of those lots we're referring to across from the Milton Fire Department. If you look over here, there's a huge open space for cars, probably about 12 to 15 of them to fit over in that area. But still, people prefer to park closer to the stores or right in front of the theater, even though these spots are still here. And with them still here, people still want more spaces to park. Milton town officials say they want to do everything they can to keep the town's historic feel while also continuing to bring people into the community. For CoastTV News, I'm Brendan Conroy.
And we're now taking a live look at the White House. Less than 24 hours ago, President Trump got Mexico and Canada to commit to border security after the threats of imposing tariffs.
This after leaders from both countries agreed to ramp up security at their borders, which at least for now averts tariffs. In a post on social media, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says that Canada will be spending $1.3 billion on a plan to reinforce its border with new helicopters, technology, and personnel, and other measures to stop the flow of fentanyl. However, the tariffs on China are now in effect.
If we can't make a deal with China, then the tariffs will be very, very substantial.
With many electronics made in China, the Consumer Tech Association says the full tariff is passed on to consumers. Prices could go up by more than $200 in smartphones and more than $350 for laptops.
A federal judge has extended the temporary block on the Trump administration's ability to freeze federal grants and loans that are funded by taxpayers. The order for the moment blocks the Trump administration from freezing trillions of dollars in federal spending that was previously approved. Got a lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, price hike problem. Customers for Delmarva Power say their bills are higher than expected. We'll tell you how some Delaware lawmakers are asking for clarity.
Also, Delmarva Christian Interstate Battle. How a visit from Arcadia proved to be too much for the top boys basketball team in the EASIAC.
And Humane Animal Partners is offering adoption discounts on cats and dogs right now. We'll tell you how much you can save on the perfect addition to your family. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, a local pup is hitting the big leagues in this year's Puppy Bowl. Meet the furry star making waves. Plus, the great debate. Is it better to text or call your friends? Coast Life, today at 4 on Coast TV.
This February, fall in love with safety and reliability because at Gateway Subaru, we believe love means keeping you safe. From rain and snow to sunny skies, Subaru's legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive has you covered through any weather. Right now, take home a new 2025 Subaru Outback and take advantage of great financing rates as low as 1.9%. Stop by today to pre-order the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, designed for tomorrow. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Coaches make a difference for their athletes and communities, and we want to honor them.
Each month, the Preston Automotive Group will select a coach who makes a difference and donate $500 to their organization. Then at the end of the year, 3 of these coaches will receive an additional donation to their program.
The coach can be from any sport at any level up to and including high school.
Nominate your coach today at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
Delmarva Sports Network's Coach Who Makes a Difference. Sponsored by Preston Automotive Group.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
5:38 on this breezy and mild Tuesday morning. Here's our dry tech cam. Ocean City 52, but it is breezy. But good to see the waterways are all melted. We had ice just about a week ago there. 50 in Ocean Pines, 53 in Georgetown and Milton, 54 in Bethany Beach. So it is mild. We've got a southwesterly breeze ahead of a cold front. Those winds are getting gusty, and they'll get gusty too as the cold front starts to slide through. It's heading into Delmarva right now, and behind it is colder air. So as we go through the day, we'll see steady temperatures and then falling as we go later today. Today's checklist, don't need the rain gear. Lighter jacket this morning. morning for sure. Drive with caution, 2 hands on the wheel. It will be breezy this afternoon. Make sure you have a nice warm beverage out the door. Make sure you have the shades too. Another way to get your forecast is the Coast TV First Alert weather phone, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico.
Thank you, Bob. Well, new this morning, Humane Animal Partners is helping you add a new MVP to your roster. Humane Animal Partners says now until February 9th, the organization is offering $50 off adoption fees for all cats and dogs. This is leading up to participating in the Great American Rescue Bowl. According to HAP, on February 9th, Team Sweetie Pies and Team Totally Take Me Home will battle it out in tail wagging and whisker twitching games to support adoptable pets.
You got odds on those games, Elisa?
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's the big game.
Delmarva is a hotbed of Eagle support, and fans here are breaking out their best Birds gear.
And Matt, we've been busy tracking down some of the biggest and loudest followers of the flock, and Coast TV's Charlie Sakaitis introduces us to a pair of them.
The Philadelphia Eagles have been walking the walk, and Eagles fans are talking the talk.
The Eagles are going to win. Because I know this is our year to do it.
Here on Delmarva, we have more than our fair share of Birds fans.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. I mean, I've been an Eagle fan forever.
And the most fervent followers of the flock have all the gear you can imagine. Ilya Waters from Millsboro has the jersey, the hat, a cape, even an Eagles watch.
My wife got it for my birthday. For Christmas. So, yeah, I had to wear that.
And check out the shrine Trish Doak has built in her Millsboro home.
Reggie White, who I just love.
Lights, figurines, bobbleheads, even a signed helmet. And while the stuff is nice, the fandom is even better.
It's a great feeling. When they lose, it's not so fun, but I never waver. I still am behind them if they win or lose.
And the predictions? All the same.
I have no doubt. Taking all bets.
With under a week to go, confidence seems to be the wind beneath the Eagles fans' wings.
Going all the way!
Even if they have their fingers crossed and observe every superstition along the way. Charlie Sakaitis, Coast TV News.
That's awesome. Well, the Super Bowl is almost here. With football often comes food. But many people across the state experience food insecurity. A different kind of Super Bowl is working to change that. The Food Bank of Delaware in Milford is collecting soup cans that will go to their healthy pantry centers to serve more than 100 people each day. One volunteer says the need in the community is tremendous.
And I think particularly in the winter months when there's not much fresh produce available and money is a little tighter than usual, people are trying to pay their utility bills and all the other bills that sometimes there's just not enough money to go to the grocery store.
The food bank's goal is to collect 2,025 pounds of soup by February 17th.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
We had another exciting start to the sports week here on Delmarva. One of the best games was boys basketball over in Georgetown. The Delmarva Christian Royals, who sit at the top of the ECAC, hosted Arcadia in a cross-state matchup. In the first, Jordan Cropper on the break takes the elevator to the top floor for the Firebirds flush. On the other end for the Royals, Noah Barbrow drops in a pretty lefty finish to bring the Royals closer. But back come the Birds. Tyrell Wise from the outside swishes home a three to make it 12-3 Arcadia. But now it's the Royals on the break as Darius Lyles glides through the air for a Delmarva Christian bucket to begin the second. Then the Royals add on from the outside with their sharpshooter. Malachi Light leaves no doubt on that triple, bringing the Royals back within 9. But Cropper had enough for the Firebirds. He swipes it away and is back to the sky for another jam. Arcadia building its lead, and the Firebirds keep the heat on. Cameron Harmon with a crafty finish in traffic to put Arcadia up by 15 points. The Royals would come back and cut this one close, but Arcadia would ultimately go on to win it 62-49. This marks the 6th straight win for the Firebirds. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN, 6 p.m. live Bayside Conference boys basketball as Stephen Decatur visits Y-High. Then it's a recap of all the action on the final score at 10:30. On the DSN Plus app, you get that Decatur Y-High game along with these exclusives. 4 o'clock, Cape faces Milford in unified basketball. 5:15, Seaford and Woodbridge meet on the court in girls hoops. 5:30, boys basketball, Kent County and Colonel Richardson. At 6, we have more boys basketball when Mardella travels to Pocomoke.
We have music and movie news now. Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
16 carriages driving away one.
Beyoncé may need even more carriages, and not just to carry her 3 new Grammy Awards. The singer has announced the dates for her Cowboy Carter and the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit tour. 22 shows are scheduled so far, beginning in Los Angeles April 28th and ending in Atlanta July 11th. The full schedule and more info are at Beyonce.com.
Yes, it shows.
If you're starting to get a bad feeling, you may remember the Final Destination movies. This is your first look at Final Destination Bloodlines, the first new film in the untimely death franchise in nearly 14 years. You can find out whether this tattoo artist, played by Richard Harmon, survives this predicament, though you can probably guess, when Final Destination Bloodlines arrives in IMAX and other theaters May 16th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Dry roads out the door this morning. You can see that on our Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury. It is a milder start. We'll see falling temperatures later today into Wednesday, then a wintry mix possible Wednesday evening, turning to a cold rain, and then more unsettled weather into the weekend. Your forecast details coming up in 2 minutes.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empowered children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by Coast TV.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit GetMonkeyMagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Taylor Swift's draw and the draw for concerts are so huge that it's not just about the ticket sales.
She's a business. From hotels to car rentals to restaurants.
Where is there not an effect?
The Swift Effect, Episode 3, The Swift Economy, this Saturday at noon on Coast TV. Sponsored locally on Coast TV by Pohanka Kia, delivering dreams to driveways.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
The time is now 5:47, and we're taking a live look outside at Salisbury this morning. And Bob, we were so excited about the temperatures, but it's kind of like a tease because you said these spring-like conditions.
It was. You know, we were flirting with 60 degrees yesterday, Elisa. Mild this morning. But the other shoe's going to drop. It's going to get chilly. It's still wintertime, and we're going to have that battle between some of that spring warmth and the winter chill. Falling temperatures now, we're in the 50s today, but they'll be sliding down later today. Then highs only in the 30s on Wednesday, unsettled later Wednesday with a wintry mix changing to a cold rain. More on that coming up. And roller coaster temperatures, mild now, and then it's turning cold, and then it's back to mild. Kind of the way it goes as we get through the rest of winter into spring. We're looking at temperatures for the most part in the 50s 50s right now, 53 in Georgetown, 52 in Milton, Rehoboth at 55, Bethany Beach 54, Ocean City 53, and we've got a southwesterly breeze right now, and it's getting pretty strong, gusting to 20 at the beaches, Indian River Inlet, 13 in Millsboro. This southwesterly wind is ahead of a cold front that will slide through later this morning, and we have some clouds ahead of that front. Nothing in the way of precipitation right now. We're in fact seeing some stars out there too, and here comes the front now making its way through Pennsylvania into the northern parts of Delmarva. Behind it is the colder air, and that will just kind of drain in as we go through later today, and all the cold air is back through here. And on the western side of this air mass, there will be clouds and a system developing out through the plains, and that's what will bring us that wintry precipitation into Wednesday evening. But today we're looking at the clouds this morning, and then the front coming through, winds picking up out of the northwest, dipping into the 40s. Then I think we do bounce back into the lower 50s for a time early this afternoon, and then that colder air establishes itself through the overnight, falling to near freezing by midnight. And by tomorrow morning, we're below freezing. We're looking at the clouds increasing, and it's a cold day. Temperatures only into the mid to upper 30s. Then we go into the evening, you see this peach color. This is a wintry mix of sleet and freezing rain. This could cause problems on the roads, especially we're right around that 32-degree mark. So tomorrow evening till about 11 p.m. or midnight, really be careful out there. Then we'll see a slightly warmer temperatures change that wintry precipitation to plain rain by Thursday morning. It will be raw and cold and rainy into Thursday morning, and then a little drier, I think, into the afternoon, as we're seeing gusty northwesterly winds near 30 miles per hour this afternoon. Then those winds start to swing more to the north and northeast ahead of that next system Wednesday evening. We do have another system this weekend, wintry precipitation changing to rain, I think, on Saturday, and then we move into Sunday, and still pretty unsettled at that time with rain. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 55 today, 38 Wednesday, then that wintry precip in the evening, changing to a cold rain Thursday. We get a break Friday, maybe wintry precip again Saturday, turning to a cold rain, 43, more showers on Sunday, and 55.
Thank you, Bob. Delmarva power customers say they are seeing higher than expected electric bills, and they want to know why. Customers say they expect slight increases in the winter, but they say these recent bills are nothing like they've seen before. Delmarva Power cites increased usage, but some Delaware lawmakers, they're not convinced, and now a group of lawmakers have sent a letter demanding clarity on why customers are paying so much more.
It's just a struggle for even a family of four, such as us. Our paychecks aren't going up. It's just our electric bills.
There is no excuse to say that usage has gone up when we have a number of other energy suppliers throughout the state who have not gouged their customers.
The letter from Delaware lawmakers has been sent to the Delaware Public Advocate. They're asking the advocate to find an explanation as to why rates have increased and to find out if there is a way to lower the power bills in the future.
Up next on CoastTV News Today, detecting brain diseases. We'll show you how researchers are working to detect these illnesses before symptoms appear.
Camp Rehoboth Chorus celebrates their 15th season, performing on Broadway on Valentine's Day weekend. Featuring the best of Broadway show tunes and musicals, this concert features hits from Mamma Mia, Hair, Jersey Boys, and Hello Dolly. Performances are February 14th and 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday matinee on February 16th at 3 p.m. at Epworth United Methodist Church in Rehoboth Beach. Tickets are $30 and $15 for students. Available at camprehoboth.org. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Dandelions, a bright yellow warning that now is the time for prevention because crabgrass and clover aren't far behind. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for nearly 30 years. From soil to trees, grass and weeds, Hillside's certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
Dedication, determination, and drive. That's what's needed to be a DSN Scholar Athlete, brought to you by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
Each month, we'll award a $1,000 scholarship to a Delmarva senior that excels in the classroom and in sports.
They must have a B average or higher and a drive for good sportsmanship.
Nominate your champion today on the Features tab on DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com.
The DSN Scholar Athlete, sponsored by your Salisbury Honda dealer.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Millions of Americans have brain diseases and disorders. What causes them and how to prevent them is still unknown in many cases.
Mandy Gaither shows us more on the research and why healthy adults are being studied instead of patients who are already sick.
It includes Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, strokes, and epilepsy. Brain diseases and disorders affect so many people, but researchers say right now the root cause of many of them is still not fully understood.
Therefore, we cannot come up with any therapeutic or any treatment for most of the neurodegenerative disorders.
That's why Dr. Ahmad Najm and his team at Cleveland Clinic launched a large-scale brain study 3 years ago, hoping to not only help treat these diseases after diagnosis, but also to potentially prevent them altogether.
We are looking at the body and the brain before the disease happens. And this is what we call the silent phase.
During that phase, Najm says changes in the brain begin to happen years before symptoms start. For this study, researchers have enrolled nearly 3,600 healthy adults. Participants are aged 50 and older with no known neurological disorder, or a healthy adult aged 20 and above who have a family history of multiple sclerosis. They'll undergo testing and be monitored over the course of 20 years.
The ultimate hope is to find out what we call therapeutic biomarker. One of these changes could be a target of development of a new medication or repurposing of a medication that's already approved.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The time is now 5:56, so we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Looking forward to this one, Elisa.
Aww.
Today's coastal pet of the day is this Belgian Shepherd on your screen. That is Abby. Abby, as you can see, is a very happy dog, and Abby was submitted to us by her family in Lewis.
Abby has the cutest smile. We want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that is where the QR code is. Scan that. Get your friends to us here at CoastTV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
And it is now 5:57, so when you're walking out to your car this morning, Matt, you're not going to have to warm it up as much, which is good. You just walk to work.
Something like that. Bob, I'm voting. Let's keep these spring-like conditions. Just forget that wintry mix that you're tracking.
Yes, no.
Let's do it.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to last all that long. We're looking at a cool down. Now, we're still in the 50s really much of the day. The winds get gusty this afternoon out of the northwest. So mid-50s, around 55 the high. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. Much colder Wednesday, 38. And we're looking for a wintry mix into Wednesday evening. Couldn't make for slick roads turning to a cold rain. Thursday, we get a break Friday and then more unsettled weather weekend. For the weekend, Saturday, maybe a wintry mix to rain or shower Sunday. And then maybe even a bigger system next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Circle the calendar there. Maybe heavier rain and snow at that time.
All right, thanks, Bob. Coming up in our next hour, Dewey debates flood defense, the next step to protect homes located between Rehoboth Bay and the beach. That story and more when we continue with Coast TV News Today.